Hey guys, how you going? Welcome back to Hearns TV, and it's me again, Dan, and I'm going to take you through an unboxing video of a very highly anticipated aircraft. I've had a few customers come in and ask, when are you going to do this plane? When are you going to do this one? Well, I've got the perfect kit here. I've been waiting for this one. It was there were two choices actually I had for doing this aircraft, and this one got in first. So, ladies and gentlemen, pleased to be meeting the legendary AH-64D Apache Longbow. Oh my God, the reputation this helicopter has. Yeah, and what a cool box too. Yes, the AH-64 Apache came about as a need for originally the US Army to replace its AH-1 Cobras and to supplant the A-10 Thunderbolt, also known as the Warthog. Yeah, and what a menacing, powerful helicopter they came up with. This first flew in 1975, I believe, and didn't actually enter service until 1986, although it was approved for service with the US military in 1982. This was designed originally by a company named Hughes, and they were amalgamated with, I think, McDonnell Douglas in 1984, I think it was, and they handled the manufacturing of the Apache up until 1997 when Boeing took over, and they've been manufacturing the AH-64 to this very day. As you can see on the front of the box here where it says Boeing. Yeah, with several different variants of the Apache have been made. The most recent one is the E model, the Guardian, but today we're going to have a look at the D model. So yeah, all right, that's enough. Let's have a look inside this kit, and then I'll tell you more about the Apache as we go along. And you look at the box art, spectacular. Very first Gulf War, as you can see, it looks like the burning oil fields that Saddam's troops, ignited, and then it's being followed there by OH-58 Kiowa Warrior. Yeah, beautiful box art. This is a 1/35 scale, as you can see, so it's going to be a decent size, and it's made by the people at MENG. MENG make fantastic kits, actually, absolutely fantastic. Lots and lots of parts, so this video is probably going to go for a little while. So let's see what's on the inside. Open that. Move that over there. Now, there was quite a bit of weight in that box. Actually, there's fairly hefty, so there's going to be a lot in here. So let's start with the instructions. Beautiful box art again, and a fold-out booklet. Here we have, yes, the inside of the cockpit, where you have the pilot and the gunner. And then we've got some of the, I'll show you some of the different camouflage schemes such as this. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. There we go. This is the Japanese variant of the Apache Longbow there, and then more of the sort of the US colors just there. Yeah, excellent. The Apache is used by the US, the Japanese. It's also used by the Egyptians, the South Koreans, Greece. A lot of countries use the Apache, and Australia will be using the Apache in a couple of years or so, but that'll be the E model, the Apache Guardian. And back to the instructions. As you can see, look here, you've got a little bit of color here, darker shades here and there, showing which piece to be working with. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, it's not just simple black and white. When they do shading on the parts you're working with, does help a little bit. Constructing it, putting it together. All right. Now, I wanted to show you one of the good things about this kit. Oh, look at that. Before we get to it, look at the detail on the engines. Just there. That's fantastic. Let's zoom in a bit. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah. Yes, this is definitely for your more advanced model maker. There's going to be a lot of parts to this. Now, this includes, as you can see, masking for the cockpit. So when you're painting it. Yeah, now that's good. That's a really good touch. That's a really, really good touch to have that included. I know there are a lot of kits out there where you can get the masking for the cockpit, but you've got to buy them separately. So it's always good when it's actually included. There we have a bit of the weapons there. All right, I think that's enough of the instruction book. Let's have a look at what else we get with it. And what we got here. This is information about the Longbow radar. This is nice as well, in a few different languages. Yeah, I'll tell you about the Longbow radar as we go along. I know, as you probably noticed, the front there was that ball on top of the rotor blades, you know, on the box. That's the Longbow radar. Yes, and then more coloring and decal application. Let's open this up. Yeah, look at that. That's the Japanese one right there. I love that camouflage pattern. Very nice. 3 colors, the black, the green, and the tan. Excellent. Tri-color camouflage, yeah. And then the olive drab US Army. Very nice. See there, there's up top. That's the Longbow radar. And there's one more. I'll give you a quick look at that. You can get stuck into the parts. Here we go. This one is in simple grey, two-tone grey. Yeah, I think that there was some A models of the Apache that are with the Air National Guard that were painted in grey. I think, although I could be wrong. See, I can't really tell. Common markings, and the rest is in Japanese and Russian. All right, let's have a look at the parts, shall we? We'll start off with the fuselage. There. Put that down a bit. And there. Yeah, look at that. Big. Very big. This is going to look stunning when it's finished. Yeah. And already I am in awe of how detailed this is. There's raised and indented panels. Well, yeah, let me just zoom in a bit. Let's get that into focus. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. This is where the engines would attach to the fuselage, and all of the riveting there, and the panels for the ground crew along there, all the way back to the tail. Excellent. Very true to form on the riveting. That is a little bit blurry. Let's see if I can clean that up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Yes, very nice. Excellent start to this kit. That one there. We'll have a look at on the other side as well. Decent sized helicopter, the Apache. About 2,400 have been made so far in its production life. Yeah, we'll have some look at more of the fuselage. We'll bring the camera out. There we go. And these go along the sides of the fuselage, and it gives it its rather distinctive look. And here we have the bays would be open up for the avionics in the avionics of the helicopter, with more raised and indented panel detail. Love the rivets. This is so true to form, and all of the heat ventilation. Very nice. Let's have a look at this one here. Yeah, access ports, and this is where like a ladder where you put your feet to climb into the cockpit. Very good, MENG. And this goes on. Bring the camera out. This goes on the underside. on the underside of the fuselage, just there. And then here that's at the very front on the nose. It gives it that sort of angry insect look about it when you see it from the front. Yeah, I'll get that into focus. Yeah, this is one of the forward-looking targeting pods on the front of the Apache. Yeah. And put those to the side. Now we're going to get into some of the other bits and pieces. And here are the rotor blades. Four blades on the Apache. Very thick, very wide. I like the inflection on the end of it there, and this is where they attach to the inner part of the inner parts. Zoom in. I'll show you some of the, yeah, here we have some of the, oh wait, no, they're for the rocket pods. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, another good thing about this kit, with the rocket pods, you can have it either armed or unarmed. Yeah. So this is so you've got two different kinds. You got the more powerful ones and then the smaller ones there. Yeah. And then let's have a look along the blade from the outside. And you go in, and they've still got details, see that? Details on the blade as well, and it goes all the way to where it joins onto the helicopter just there. Yes, very nice. And let's see, what else have we got here? There we go. Oh, the ammunition feed. Just there, ammunition belt for the gun, just under the front. 30mm autocannon on the front with yeah, armor-piercing rounds. More powerful than the one on the AH-1 Cobra, which is a 23mm, I believe. Although that's a 3-barrel one that rotates. And here we got some of the, yeah, these are the attachments on either side that the gun. There we go, so you can see it probably. This is where these attach on either side of the gun where it traverses up and down, and then that's where it rotates around, which is synchronized with the helmet actually, so wherever the gunner moves his head, the gun moves as well. Now, and then more of the bits and pieces that make up the helicopter. That looks like the barrel of the gun right there, as you can see. Actually, we'll zoom in again. Yes, I think that is the barrel. That's where the muzzle just there, and the muzzle brake. Yeah. Fair bit of weapons on the Apache Longbow actually. Yeah, we'll get to them a little bit later. Let's see what else we got here. Ah, the cockpit. Like I was saying earlier, a 2-person cockpit. Gunner at the front and pilot at the back. Slightly elevated to see over the top of the gunner. And this here, I want to point this out. Oh, I was very impressed with this. This is how true to form this is. Pop that in. Just off to the side here, look at that. Compact assault rifles. In the event that they get shot down and the pilots and the gunner escape and they're behind enemy lines, they're going to need to defend themselves. So they have 2 M4 small assault rifles, you know, stashed on the inside so they can defend themselves. That's an excellent touch actually. That's how much detail they've gone into with this kit. Yeah, I was very impressed to see that. And here, this goes behind the pilot. Right there, there's the padding, and there's the circuit breaker, and then parts of where the head-up display would be. And then all some of the instrumentation just there. And look, oh, let me show you that. Oh, I've got to zoom in for that one. Yeah, look at that. Oh, let me get that properly in frame. There. This is more of the instrumentation for the pilot and for the gunner. Then this is, you can tell from the later versions of the Apache, the early ones, the A model, the gunner actually had a visor that he had to lean forward and put his head into. But that's not the case anymore. The instrumentation shows him everything. Yeah, let's have a look. And there's more of it there. Wow, very, very true to form. And then off to the side, look at that. All the buttons and switches. Yeah, I would imagine that it's going to take you a little while to learn how to fly one of these properly. Yeah. And what else have we got here? And more of we've got some of the control surfaces. Let's have a look-see. Actually, before we get to that, I'll show you here. Here is the avionics. Now, this goes in the base that I was showing you earlier. Look at all of these wires and attachments for your hydraulics and guidance systems. Excellent, excellent. So much detail. And here, more there. More there. And then I'll just pan out a bit. And there you have the tail. Parts of the tail control it in flight. Once again, raised and indented details and rivets. So many rivets. You can, yeah. You're going to have fun with this one, actually. If you're going to fixate on all of the small little details there, and then part of the fuselage. Put that there. More of the tail section. Let's zoom in. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at all those rivets there and all of the panel detail. Very, very good. And then we got more of the front, the inside of the cockpit. And these look like they go over the edges, the leading edges of the stub wings, where your weapons would attach to, just there. And an access panel there. Right, and then we go, here we go. Just here. Now, this is where your rotor blades attach to the engine, right there. That's a fairly sturdy piece just there. And then here, I'll turn that over. See, this is the dome that goes over the actual longbow radar at the top of the rotor blades. Now they put it up there so that way the Apache could scan enemy targets while concealed or behind cover, behind trees or in a ravine. It would pop up and the longbow radar would scan the battlefield. It could scan and track about 125 targets, and it could engage 16 of them at a time, and it could do all of that in about 20 seconds. Yeah, very, very impressive piece of hardware, the longbow radar. And more of this looks like to be part of the drivetrain on the for the engines for the rotor blades. More pieces of the engines there. We're going to be getting close to the landing gear and the weapons pretty soon. Right, that can go there. All right, what else have we got here? Now, yeah, more of the fuselage. This is the cowling over the engines, and that would sit on the engine, attach the rotor blades would come out there. That would sit over the top. Now these are the covers for, like I was saying, the engine cowling here. All those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would put those pieces together. And this is for the air intake near the front of the engine. Let's zoom in a bit. I can show you. Look at that. Look at all the detailing on that. Yeah. I bet that the designers at Boeing are impressed with how this thing turns out. Yeah. More of them there. There, and all the ventilation ports to let the heat escape from the engine. Now, this piece here, I'll just zoom out. Yeah, this goes over this attaches to near where the engines are, and this starts to go along the length of the tail, and then the rear rotor blade on the tail section would go there. Okie dokie. What else here? Oh, these look like the flare dispensers, the chaff and the flare dispensers that'd be near the rear of the aircraft. So when they've been targeted or being shot at with guided missiles, you know, the decoys would, yeah, shoot off and divert the missile away. And then we here have the struts for the landing gear, just there and there. And this, oh, this looks to be more of the visual or targeting pods that go at the front, the very front of the Apache, just near the nose. Or just, should I say, on the tip of the nose is what I should say. Oh, yeah, more. Oh, let me turn these around. Zoom in. Yeah, these look like the chaff and flare dispensers just there. And move down a bit, and here we've got the pylons that would go underneath the stub wings that would the weapons would attach to. There's two under each wing, and there's even one on the very tip of the stub wings that put Stinger missiles on the end. They're usually shoulder launched as surface-to-air missiles, short-range surface-to-air missiles, but the Apaches have been known to carry them on their wingtips. And this is part of it looks like part of the exhaust system. And what I like as well is weighted tires. So this part goes to the bottom where the weight of the aircraft is pushing down on it. And yeah, here we got more parts of the engine there. Excellent, excellent. So much detail, so many sprues to this thing. Yeah. I think this is the longest video I've done in a little while. And oh, what we got? My favorite, the weapons package. Let's just zoom out a bit there. Yeah, look at these. Hellfire missiles. Just there. Yeah, one of the key anti-armor weapons of the AH-64. Now you got here, like let's zoom in. Now you got two different seeker heads. Just as you can see. Oh, let me see if I can clean up that. Looks a little out of focus. No. There we go. Now you've got two different seeker heads that you can put on. Now these ones here, these are the infrared guided ones. And then these larger, more rounded ones there, they are the radar guided ones. And there's the actual body of the missile just there. There's the rear and there's the front just there. And then we've got the other sides of the missiles just there. And like I was showing you earlier, when I said you could have the rocket pods either armed or unarmed. So here are the pods here, and this is the front. See, these are the unarmed versions. See, these ones are very clearly empty. When the other ones were loaded in here, these ones, they go to the rear for the weapons that are loaded. They're the fuses at the back that ignite and launch the rockets. Yeah. I'll zoom out. There we go. And then more of the pylons there for the weapons packages. And this is where these go attach one per stub, per hard point underneath the stub wings. You can fit 2 missiles on each one. Yeah, very good. Decent, very decent weapons payload on the Apache, like I was saying. Yeah. Now, blitz through the pieces. So I'll show you what we got here. Yes. And here's the masking for the cockpit. Very, very nice. Yeah. I won't take these out of the plastic, but all of the decal here, as you see, right there, United States Army. And here's the Japanese. Here's the Japanese Army. Now, they seem to have put the rising sun in 2 pieces. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, but they have. Okay, that's strange. I haven't seen that done before. Okay, and a bit of photo etch just there. What else have we got? Oh, yeah, and of course, the canopy. I won't take that out of the plastic, but you can see there's the canopy there. The top, the side, and this side isn't attached because you can have it open. You can see the detail on the inside of the cockpit, and there's your landing lights as well, and parts of the head-up display that would go into the cockpit. Yeah, excellent. What an absolutely fantastic kit that is. I am really impressed. So much detail with a really, really cool helicopter. Yeah, excellent. Now, just before I go, the Apache is, when it comes to attack helicopters and battlefield helicopters, it's the baddest boy on the block. It really, really is. It has a sterling operational record of in combat in the first Gulf War, the second Gulf War, Kosovo, anywhere it goes, it just dominates. It really, really dominates, and it's got pretty long legs on it too. The A-10 can loiter around the battlefield for nearly 2 hours, and then it's got to go and refuel. Granted, it's faster and has a heavier weapons payload. The Apache can loiter around the battlefield for 3 hours, and they are going to be around longer. The A-10, as cool as it is on its way out, but the Apache is going to be around for quite some time, even with the onset of drones and all this new unmanned technology. The Apache will just absorb them into its arsenal. We'll be able to control them, as well as still being a big part of the battlefield. Its developmental history is still quite young, actually. There's still plenty of time to develop it even further. This helicopter is going to be around for a long, long time, and it's going to be the king of its arena for a long time to come. I'm very excited about the fact that the Australian Army has decided to invest in buying some of these, and I can't wait to see them in OzCam. Yeah, because when they do at the next Avalon Air Show, it's going to be the hottest. It's going to be the hottest topic there. I can definitely tell. All right. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope you're as impressed with that kit as I am. And just the Apache, it's just too cool. It is. It's just too cool. All right. Cheers, guys. Hope to see you in the store sometime soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, rock and roll.